Continuing the problems leading to quadratic equations. A piece of wire costs rupees 35. If the length of wire is 4 meters more and the rate of the wire 1 rupee less, the cost would have remained the same. That is the question. Length of wire is not given. If the length of wire had been 4 meters more and the rate per meter of wire had been 1 rupee less, the cost of the wire would have remained the same, that is 35. I am proceeding. Suppose x meters is the length of the wire. Cost is rupees 35. So, 35 rupees is the cost of x meters of wire. So, rate per meter will be cost by length of wire. Understand? I am giving one small example here. See here, rupees 50 is the cost of wire of length 10 meters. So, only example, rupees 50 is the cost of wire of length 10 meters. So, what is the rate per meter? How do you find out? Is the rate per meter. Very basic thing, but I have given example to make it clearer. Length of wire is x, like your 10. Cost of wire is 35, like your 50. And the rate will be 50 by 10, like 35 by x. This is rate per meter. Now the question comes. If the wire length has been 4 meters more, see here. Length of wire is x plus 4, 4 meters more, and the rate per meter is 1 rupee less, 35 by x minus 1. This is the length of wire revised 4 meters more. This is the cost revised 1 rupee less. What will be the cost now? This into this. The cost will be length of wire into rate per meter. This is the cost of wire. X plus 4, length of wire, 35 by x minus 1, rate per meter, multiplied by these two will be the cost. The question says cost remains unchanged. Understand the language of the question clearly. If the length of the wire had been 4 meters more and the rate had been 1 rupee less, the cost would have been length into rate. Length into rate. Question says the cost would remain the same, 35. We have to solve this equation now. I am solving, please concentrate. Simple work, needs no explanation. Opening this bracket, 35x minus x square plus 140 minus 4x is equal to 35x. Cross multiplication, 35x minus x square plus 140 minus 4x. Rewriting after cancelling 35x, x square plus 4x minus 140 is equal to 0. X square, I have changed the sign, minus 4x, I have changed the sign, 140, I have changed the sign. Now let us factorize. Instead of going for quadratic formula, it is better to factorize in such cases. Simple factorization, I am not explaining therefore. X plus 14 into x minus 10, x plus 14 common, x minus 10. This will give you x is equal to minus 14, not admissible because this can't be the length of wire. And x is equal to 10, the length of wire required. Understand the question once again. Length of wire x meters, I have suppose cost given 35, rate becomes cost by length, that is 35 by x. If the length of wire had been 4 meters more and the cost had been 1 rupee less, rate would have been 1 rupee less, 35 by x minus 1, the cost would have been this into this, that is 35, given the cost remains unchanged. Solving this equation, 35x minus x square plus 140 minus 4x is equal to 35x. Rearranging all this, we got x is equal to 10 as the length of the wire, minus 14 can't be the length, so it is not admitted. This is your answer. We can have a small verification also, though not required. Please see here, 35 rupees is the cost of wire and 10 meters is the length of wire, that is 350 rate. Question says, if the length had been 4 meters more instead of 10 meters, had it been 14 meters and the cost would have been 250, length of wire now 10 meters, had it been 4 meters more, cost of rate of wire 350, had it been 1 rupee less 250, this would have come to same 35. That is the meaning of the question. Had the length been 4 meters more, had the rate been 1 rupee less, the cost of wire would have remained the same 35. This is only a verification, not a part of solution. To understand question better, I have done the verification, though not necessary. Proceeding to another question, please see. 1/4 of a herd of goats. Herd is a group of goats, group of animals. We will specify what animals, like many groups of animals have got different names. Like this, 1/4 of a herd, herd is the group of goats. 1/4 of a herd of goats was seen grazing. What is the total number of goats in the herd is not given. 1/4 of a herd of goats was seen grazing, 1/4. Twice the square root of the original number were seen on the hill, and the remaining 15 goats are before you on the river bank. Find the total number of goats in the herd, please see. Total number of goats in the herd X. Question says 1/4 was seen grazing. X by 4. twice the square root of the total number of goats. That is twice the square root of x, 2 root x was seen on the hill. The number of goats on the hill. Twice the square root of total number. And the remaining 15 goats on the river bank. On the river bank, same, 15. Please understand the question once again. Total number of goats x, 1/4 were seen grazing, twice the square root of this on the hill, and remaining 15 goats on the bank, on the river bank or river side, whatever. Now, this is number of goats grazing, number of goats on the hill, number of goats on the bank of the river makes total number of goats. Please see here. X by 4 plus 2 root x plus 15 makes x. Understand the question. Total number of goats. Total number of goats, 3 parts. One part grazing, x by 4, another part on the hill, 2 root x, and the remaining 15 on the river bank. Now let us solve this equation. I am taking LCM or multiplying all by 4. Whatever you want, you can say. Multiplying the entire equation by 4, x plus 8 root x plus 60 is equal to 4x. Shift 4x here. 3x minus 8 root x minus 60 is equal to 0. Rearrangement, please understand. This 4x goes here, 8 root x goes here, 60 goes here. It is like this. Now, we are going to solve this equation by factorization again. Please see, I am rewriting. Factorization. Understand factorization. Minus 18 plus 10 are the factors, minus 8. Proceed. 3 root x common here. Root x minus 18. 10 common here. Root x minus 6 this is. After taking 3 common, root x minus 6 is equal to 0. 3 root x common, root x minus 6, 10 common, root x minus 6. This comes to root x minus 6 into 3 root x plus 10 is equal to 0. Continuing the work, root x minus 6 into 3 root x plus 10 is equal to 0. I am separating the factors. Root x minus 6 is equal to 0, that is root x is equal to 6, and 3 root x is equal to minus 10, 10 by 3. Root x is equal to 6, root x is equal to minus 10 by 3. This can't be the number of goats or the square root of it, because x is number of goats, therefore this is not admitted. You have seen in solving several equations we get such values as are not acceptable according to the context. Here the context is x stands for number of goats. Its square root may be some number, but it can't be negative. So this is not admitted. What I want to say is such values are not admitted means mathematical term it is not admissible. Don't say rejected or impossible. Or don't say a minus 10 by 3 is not possible number of goats. Don't say like that. It's not the question of possibility or impossibility. It's a question of admitting the value or not admitting the value. So mathematical term is not admissible or not admitted. Mathematical term, better to use mathematical term. Now therefore squaring x is equal to 36 is the number of goats in the herd. This is your answer. As I have done verification for other questions, I want to do verification for this also. Have a look at it now. Even though not necessary, I am telling you once again, verification is not at all necessary. 36 is the total number of goats. Question says 1/4 grazing. Grazing goats. Question says twice the square root of this number on the hill. And the remaining 15 were on the river bank. If you add all this, you will get 36 number of goats. It's a verification only, just for satisfaction and for also understanding the real spirit of the question, the real spirit of the data and the further work.